Shout out to Frank. Frank was in a play today. We all went and ate sushi. I had sushi for the first time. Figured out I didn't like sushi, but this legend did a Google Drive. Shout out to Lava Ox. Yes, this is awesome. So basically, if you look at some of this footage, once it loads in, there's there's been the conversation about the cards being swapped in and out of his deck. This alleges that there's evidence that shows the cards have potentially been swapped in and out of the deck mid-match. So looking at the way that Connor is playing, his mannerisms, the openness to the camera, the being aware of what's happening where, like his general demeanor, the way that he flicks his cards, open and upright. The Battlefield Forges, the art's important. Same art, Battlefield Forge from the first feature match. Top 8 match coverage starts already in progress in Game 2. Note how already the posture has changed, arms crossed. His cards are held face down, sometimes held against his arm and rarely shown to the camera. Perhaps his mood has changed playing in the top 8, or maybe he has something to hide. The coverage starts as Connor's turn. He attacks, then passes to Sean, before Sean passes back on a quick turn. We can clearly see only his one card in hand, but it's not revealed to the camera. See, it's right there. Yet. Then it goes to Connor's turn, and he draws what appears to be a Battlefield Forge and adds it to his hand with an unknown card. I can't say for sure that the drawn card is a Battlefield Forge, but it very much so looks like the version he played in the prior feature matches. Yes, that card does look like a Battlefield Forge. Tried to zoom in and slow it down, but yeah, it's GIF capture, so it's not the greatest. But yeah, it does look like that Battlefield Forge that we looked at up here. Yes, right here. So if we go Wassup Yall, we're breaking down the NRG 10K cheat that occurred. Someone had manipulated the deck list, and someone broke down and actually showed that they were swapping cards in and out mid-match, which is insane. So tried to zoom in and slow down the footage, but working on a GIF capture camera only do so much. We only glimpse to the unknown card. This might be the Boros Charm that he later casts to end the game, but he can't really tell. Let's assume it's the Boros Charm. Get another shot at Connor as he thinks, and we get another peek at the likely Battlefield Forge. It's right here. He appears to be considering playing it. He considers playing it alongside his other lands, hesitates, and then pulls it back. He eventually passes, and we get another glimpse at the hand. At this point, we can figure his two-card hand to consist of Battlefield Forge and Boros Charm. During Sean's turn, Connor engages in some extremely sus behavior, leaning down, dropping his hand below the table and then near his armpit, but not like over his shoulder, like under his shoulder. Then he pulls his hand back and looks down at his cards. He appears to do some nervous fidgeting. Note the player cam is mirrored from the overhead cam. After Sean passes, Connor clearly draws a slick shot show off the top and adds it to his hand. Adds it to his hand with a clearly visible Boros Charm and an unknown card. Wait, I think he had a Battlefield Forge. Let's get another slowed down, zoomed in shot. Definitely slick shot and Boros Charm and a red card. No Battlefield Forge here. So wait, let's look at this. Slick shot. Boros Charm. Oh, my computer was like, no. Oh, congrats, mtg. You made Mythic? That's amazing. Let me see. Okay. I'm not sure. It's okay. So, click shot. And it does look like an Urbrask's Forge, which is one of the sideboard cards. You are in game 2 versus Control. And the Boros Charm peeking out from. And a continuation of the shot, when he plays the Boros Charm, you see the Urbrask's Forge clearly. Over the span of coverage, we saw Connor start the turn with one card in hand and draw 2 cards for a total of 3. We knew he had a slick shot from the last turn, very likely drew a Battlefield Forge on the prior turn. We know he cast a Boros Charm to end the game, and we can see a Urbrask's Forge at the end of his hand, which is a total of 4 different cards seen. Where did the Battlefield Forge go? Well, it probably disappeared between turns after drawing the land, getting swapped out for another card in his body. Let's see this clip again. So watch this. Since the first card in his the coverage can't be confirmed, there could be 2 possibilities. It was an Urbrask Forge, and he drew the Battlefield Forge, and then swapped the land for a Boros Charm, or he started with the Boros Charm, swapped the land for the Urbrask's Forge. Either way, something likely was swapped for another card he had hidden. This would line up with the other reports that Connor seemingly had instances of cards he shouldn't have access to, like the second plane seen in this match, a Restless Bowback, or a third Boros Charm according to the other players. Maybe he had a stash of cards hidden and would retrieve when needed. Sharp-eyed commentators show the exact point when the card disappears has been identified. Here's a clip of Connor being sus at half speed. Starting from the point where he pulls his hand back from his body, we can see him glance at his cards, fiddle with them a bit, then pull his cards closer to his body while one hand seemingly slides a card under the table while 2 cards remain in his hand on the table. And now here's a shot of the cards slipping under the table at half speed. You can see the flash of turquoise right here. Watch right here. Watch right here for blue. Boom, right there. Literally right there. It was insane. And as pointed out by another observer, in this shot from the beginning of the coverage when Connor is untapped for the turn, you can see the corner of a sleeve card already in his lap when he moves his arms to untap his lands near the bottom of the frame. Right there. So this guy literally has cards in his lap, like just blatantly sitting next to the judge. There's a card right there. Like, how much disrespect do you have for the game to just have a card in your lap, like right there? It's so blatant. Like watching him put look 2 cards. Wait for it to reset. So 3 cards. 3 cards. 3 cards. 1 card underneath the table. 1 card underneath the table. And then just to have another card on your lap is just so incredibly like, this is like the epitome of like shameless, just like looking your opponent in the face. Like you have the right and for the ultimate salt. Oh, the disrespect. Like this guy literally cheated in like 2 different ways, right? He had cards in his lap. So that's like a cheat. He swapped cards out with other cards in the game. And then and then also had, instead of what his mana base should have been. Like, and then on top of that, at the end, he's the one who's like, I win? Oh my god. Like, shout out to Sean. Shout out to Lava Ox 1000% for busting this wide open. Like, just like, oh my god. Like, look at this. Look at the blue card right here. Going under the screen. Like, shameless stuff. You're right. Some people do just want to cheat, and it's insane. Like, just why don't you just get good? Like, you can invest time and get good at this game. You, person who's deciding to cheat to get wins, you could be good. Instead, you're going to be ridiculed for the rest of the time for being a cheater. Now, on that positive note, we're going to jump over into some arena and play some standard goblins. But yeah, you know what's crazy? He was disqualified after the round because they did a deck check, and the deck check found that he had his correct list. However, the planes that was in play. Here, let's see if we can go forward. We're going super slow. Normal speed. Skip forward now. because 5 seconds of super slow speed is like nothing. See how there's 2 planes here? They went and checked his deck, and they were like, "Well, you don't have two planes in your deck list." And he's like, "Yeah, but like look at my deck. It's on the up and up." And then they look back at this screenshot. They're like, "But how did you have 2 in play then? It's insane." Goblins did it? Hell yeah, that's awesome. I think goblins right now are in like an amazing spot. But let me pause this. Go back. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Lavox. The judge program back. There's so much stuff we need to do to prevent this kind of thing from happening in the future. Because right now there's no bans. There's no de-incentivizing. There's from just trying to like get money. It's so dumb. Like some of us play the game because we love it. Like just love the game. Get good. If not, go play poker. Right? Yeah, like having cards in your lap is the scummiest thing in the world. Okay. I mean, we draw 1 land. We're really good spot. Okay. And it's bounced. And they took a mole. Play the best or not. Sure. We can definitely raise. Definitely raise. Very interested. No blocks. Yeah, I think we just like keep slamming these lords. Seems good to me. Could have gone. Sure. Could have gone double 1-drop, but I think that's not. Sure. We still get the damage in though, which means we're almost at max speed. Well, we can just keep doing this. Sure. Then they replay it. They immediately draw a card. Got a mono white deck, so removal. That's pretty funny. White Sun's Twilight. Sometimes you can just win some games with that. I think we can get there if we just go double 1-drop. We're gonna trade it anyways. I'd rather you not have the ability to double block it. Either one of these double strikers. Cash grab's good. Double Tolarian Terror. I'm curious if the Bastronauts trap. Okay. No blocks. Play another terror. Yeah. I know how this game works. And that's not a land. Well, we're just going to play a Scamp and pass it over. Oof. I think we die. So, jump here. Take a decent amount. Good game. Well played. Okay. on the play. We get to bring in our ley lines. To be fair, if they get to 7 mana, they kind of deserve to win with this deck. I will bring in Leyline, crazy as it sounds. Trim 2 Painter Studios and 2 Krenkos. They're kind of a fast deck, so Krenko's not the greatest. I mean, mono like grinds, and then yeah, goblins just gives you some like quick wins. Like, I definitely recommend like mania. Nice to just be able to have it as like a way to think. You know, it kind of like changes how you have to play the game. It's just another place I think you should have in your arsenal. Yeah, there's no ley line. They change the equation, so cavern. So we'll play this here, Slicer. No counters here. Bounce it. Seed of Hope's fine. Big chillin'. Fascinating. Here's the issue. I play the Dropkick Bomber, right? Then I go to attack. They unsummon my Lord, and then they trade with my Seer Slicer. Okay. Just bouncing the Seer Slicer also works. Well, at least they're not using their Bushwhack to kill my thing. Now they're going to kill my thing. So I can beat a 5/5. I'm pretty confident about beating a 5/5. Mm-hmm. Cavern and Goblin. Beans is good. This town. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we can go play all these. Mm-hmm. Beans is good. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Go to 2. Draw 4 cards. Draw 1 card. Okay, well, we got 5 lands out of the way. And they have enough to level it up, bounce one of my things. Well played. I don't believe mulliganing to the ley line's worth it in this matchup. Because they have this town, they can just bounce your ley line. It doesn't really matter, honestly. But it is kind of like one of those things where like it's the best thing you can do in the position you have. Should have maybe mulliganed to a hand with a 1-drop, but seriously, it's pretty decent. Them top decking that bounce spell was very strong. But we'll take a deep breath, reset, run it back. You know, now that RCQ season's over, some crazy stuff with like Duretti, we could like make we could play goblins, and then we play like, I don't know, I'll play it soon, maybe tomorrow. This hand's great. That glass has no water in it. Scamp in case they play a 2 toughness creature. This is when I wish I had a fanatical firebrand. I mean, seriously, sir. Play the firebrand. They're gonna burn something. Don't expose the Lord. Years of being punished has taught me. Expose the Lord early. Goblin. Slam this. Offer a trade. Yeah. I'll draw a card. 1 drop? Man's gone. I didn't want that anyway. Spyglass. FOMO. Bend. Helping hand back FOMO. Bin a land. We're slamming this Krenko. We can start to go crazy if we untap. Two's good. Another land. Exile another land. I draw another land. I know how that feels, opponent. Play this Seer Slicer. Tap. No attacks. Pitching another land. Me and my opponent are stuck in an infinite land cycle. They can bring back another Inti with a counter. Yeah. That's something. I draw another land. So we'll go to combat. We'll attack. You can block. Before damage, I'll tap though. Damage is good. Draw 2. Psych. Play land pass. Crank goes dumb. Okay. Make it a 5 power creep. Another land. Spell Pierce is. Opponent concedes. Opponent's like, okay, fuck you. Okay. Bring it on. Right like that. The issue is my opponent's deck is just so good against us. I think if they tag the Lord, we're not able to like draw cards, and then we probably lose that game. So that original sequence is very important. That and try to do that more in the future. Play a 1 drop and 2 instead of your Lord. Unless it's a painter studio, then it doesn't matter. I mean, Deface Gallery. Yeah. If you want to see some horribly bent cards, these are Duskworn Collector Booster. We got this from MagicCon. Like, look at this. This is so bad. I hit the mic. I'm sorry. Everybody go boo in the chat. Already. Well, seems pretty hot. We don't have a ley line, but that's fine. They've been a recommission. It's gonna be so weird. This just doesn't feel right because they can helping hand it back. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think I want to offer the option to get the squee off the battlefield. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do it. A filigree Silex, okay. So I want to get the Lord down. I think I do. Because it leaves me a pump up. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you watching. Here playing some goblins. Standard goblins. These are all good with me. Draw a card. I don't turn. So it goes to 1 now. You can blow up my Bastronaut. Pyroclasm. Playing hand is okay. So we were playing Gruul. We were testing it out. Now we're at mono red. We're just gonna see whether or not the Soulstone Sanctuaries like makes mono red like worth it. I'm thinking about after this trying Boros. But I really liked Gruul. Gruul was nice to have access to Paw Patch. Slam this. Murder. So opponent's gonna bounce my Lord. Totally fair. Do your thing. Do your worst, opponent. Do your worst. The cool thing about the filigree Silex for me is now that it's on 1, my tokens will always survive. Yeah, it's fine. The bad thing is, just always works like this. Okay, so I'll get to keep 1 token. Second main, get to play this. Pass it over. Bunch of cards in my graveyard. Next turn, this taps for mana. If they swing out, I'd probably die. Pyroclasm's real good. Okay, another Hall Squad's decent. I think we have to go here. Yep. I guess I thought it untapped all the creatures. I always forget that this card is like, it's not fixed, but it's not insane. It is insane. I don't know what I'm saying. Insane in the membrane. I'm going to concede the game. Attack. And then I will just die. GG. Okay, so I didn't see any enchantment removal. So being able to get this Leyland in play might be a sneaky way to win a game. Although they do play Intian Storm Scholar. So I don't know. We'll see. My favorite type of deck is probably a combo deck. I love combos. That's one of the things that like I fell in love with when I first found Magic was like, combat math. I love aggro, right? Like I love being able to like play like a grindy mid-range game and like do combat math and stuff. But one of my deepest loves in Magic is like combos where it's like, oh, this breaks the fundamental laws of the game, and it's just so cool. And I look at aggro decks kind of like combo decks, where all they do is really you just put cards together, and like the sum of the cards you put together is your combo, right? It's like a really like low power, high consistency combo, opposed to like 2-card combos that are like super hard to get both cards in your hand organically. But yeah, I really enjoy those kinds of decks. Yeah, anything combo related, like at old school ad nauseum was really cool. But my favorite deck of all time, of course, is just goblins. Give me mid-range modern goblins, and I'll play that till the day I die. You have a combo in that deck. It's turn 3. Go infinite. It's Kiki Jiki. Okay, play attack with NT. See what they do. Attack with NT. Attack into NT. See what they do. Shelter by Ghost is pretty good. I was going to say, now the best way to kill it is in combat. The issue is now it's going to get huge. This is why this matchup is really hard for us. It's almost better for us if they go after the ley line. Okay, we hit our land, which is nice. The issue being now that we're on the back foot. So we'll play both our spells and go to combat and attack. Yeah, Zinti is going to single-handedly destroy us. Like, I need to draw a Lord, and for them not to have removal. Yeah. Like, Krenko now. Krenko, like, right now. Would be really nice. Lord is also amazing. We will take Lord as well. Land on top. A Lord can stay. Combat. Yeah, we'll just do one. You can block the 2/2. Do I think I need to shoot it? Do I want to trade with it in T? These are the questions that I'm asking myself. This is 5 power. If they discard, I think I just do this. If opponent does nothing and just attacks, we trade. The worst sequence here for us is land, Prof's Idyllic Memory. Okay, so they have the helping hand. I have another Lord. This is weird. Yeah, I guess we make Squee really big. I don't know what I'm doing. Could make the Firebrand big, but I don't think that's worth it. I'll jump the 3/3. Take 7, go to 10. Max speed, token dies, end my turn. Oh, that's 12 in the air. I jumped the dude on my turn, so I can't jump on their turn. And now I can't block. And this is really bad. So we'll eat this out of vengeance. Then they get another combat. Good game. Well played. Really well played, opponent. The indie just doing all the work. So strong. Well, Sheltered by Ghost is a hell of a magic card. So let's run it back. Maybe we'll play against Certain Domain and they'll get stuck on land drops. Let's hope that we play against Domain. That's like our best case scenario. We haven't really been doing this for too long. 46. Probably go to. It was probably like a 12-minute talk about the cheater at the beginning, so go to like an hour 16, and then do General Adventures of General Kriya. I'll play first. Sounds good. My favorite commander is Crush the Bloodbraided. It's a 5-mana gemmed colors, which are green, black, red, and 2 colorless, for a 3/3 with no keywords. Whenever a creature dies, you put X woman counters on Crush, where X is the creature's power. And it just gets really, really big. Really, really fast. And I absolutely love. I love it because I build the deck purposefully bad. Aspire, eh? This is control. I build the deck purposefully bad so that my opponents will like go really fast and use their resources on each other, and then I'll be sitting there and I'll just be asking every turn, what's the power of the stuff that died? How much power died? It's like, oh well, I have 5 power died for me, and then 6 power died for me. It's like, okay, well, Crush gets 11 counters, and they're like, whoa, it's really fun. I love that deck. A 2/3A. See if we can punch through that. Trade my Firebrand 1,000%. Zero downsides here. I'm gonna put my land and play both these. Combat was a divination there. Monument. Monument's pretty good. Play this one. Play this one. Attack? I don't know what happened. Oh, how the turntables have turned. Wrath. That's pretty much a wrath, you know. You ramp with a treasure, then you draw a card. And Irath. Okay, profs. You go to combat, you get a gigantic dude. I'll play another Lord. Good game. Was a good game. Okay, what are they doing? Okay. We didn't see much, so I'm going to run it back. Sideboards for like specific matchups where you know what you're doing and you have like a plan. If you don't really have a plan, you can really mess up your plan if you just throw cards in your deck. When sideboarding, if you go into it and you don't immediately know what cards you want to take out, what cards you want to put in, you should really consider either planning that ahead of time or just play more games. Game ones will tell you what cards you don't want, and that's you go from there. His hand loses to Pyroclasm. Our profs had to like memory deck, probably a Venti. I think we keep it. The only way we can possibly punch through FOMO turn 2 is if we go Scamp now. Because we attack with Scamp, they block, we ping it, we firebrand it. Inti's the same idea. So we'll play a second. No, we'll play a Astronaut. Start the engines. Go to combat. Would you like to trade? Well, now that you ask so nicely, I would like to trade. They're like, but that doesn't trade. Oh, yes, but it does. I do apologize, kind sir, for putting you out of your misery so early. Now, please don't beat me to death with that, NT. Stormcore Weird. Monument, yes. Much, much happier with a monument. Goblin. Play the squee. Oh, excuse me. Swinging in. Play land and Bob's your uncle. Did you see that tumbleweed just tumbling across the weeds? Speaking of weeds, where's my oregano? Honey, where's my super suit? I said, where is my super suit? Okay. Monument into profs. They're doing the same thing. That is a 6/6 with vigilance. That is pretty strong. Play a Scamp. Combat swinging in, going wide. Put you to 9. That is double strike. Pyroclasm, Brothers at End? Probably not Brothers at End. Pyroclasm. They do have Brothers at End. Respect. I will shoot their face. No death triggers, I believe, besides that. Oh, that's a good flip. It's not quite enough to do both, though. So I think I'm going to go Painter Studio now. Hope for 2 1-drops. You know what? Sometimes when you ask nicely, you get what you ask for. They're going to torch one of these. That's the whole reason they left the mana up. Yep. FOMO's pretty strong. And you get to draw off the monument, which is another draw for your profs. It's pretty good. And it triggers for draws besides your first one. More than one card. I mean, yeah, that's very good. I'm dead in the air next turn. Okay. So I can go do this. The issue with doing this is now I can't unlock this. But we're just going to go as wide as possible. Another charge. Good game. Instant speed pyroclasm is very strong. So it's instant speed pyroclasm that cycles. All right, I know what I need for this matchup. And it's over here. Sometimes, in the course of human events, you must go. Where no man has gone before. To the maximum danger zone. Danger zone. All right. I only know that song from Archer, which is crazy. Play this one. Oh, we should have played the Firebrand. This is silly. Very silly, Jack. Very silly. Now you still can't get damage in. You didn't even get to attack. So the Seer Slicer line still doesn't do anything. That was a certified oops. Oops moment. Okay. We also know they have instant speed pyroclasm for 3 mana, which is very good against us. So our remedy to that is to keep the Lord in play so that when they pyroclasm us, we're just able to recoup our losses pretty efficiently. Yeah. I feel pretty behind, which is crazy. All right, time to start playing like all the way into the the board wipe. Pump it. Damage is good. Play the Seer Slicer, make it the dude. Play the board wipe, I draw 5 cards. Somehow that's good for me. Okay, that's not a one-sided board wipe, so I'm pretty happy. Kuro is so good. Pitches mtgarena. Plays Spyglass Siren as a flyer, probably for profs. Okay, they get a free untap. Just like I get a free blocker. It triggers a second time for the second combat with FOMO? That's insane. Yeah, sure. Definitely slamming this guy. Probably sacking this to hit you. Land, get out of here. Max speed. Play my land. Go to combat. Show me something stupid. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. Pump. Pump. Get a free blocker and I'll pass. Now they have a one-sided board wipe. They've drawn a billion cards. If they were like sandbagging it for like the time where it would like decide the match, it would be right now. And I would respect it a lot if they just drop a board wipe. They're just like, kill ya right now. Okay, exile the Lord. That's very strong. No more death triggers, which was my card advantage. One block. Oof. So this is +3. This is still, I can make it still 8. I think this math works. I could be very wrong, but I believe that this is a lot of damage. A 4-1 double strike is kind of insane. Cause smacky. So the goblins prevail in the end through a very tight margin of victory. All right. Well, let's run it back. Just another day. All right. Goblins in standard. What's happening? You don't keep one land hands. You gotta be disciplined. Bottom of house squad. Start by poking. This is definitely domain. I mean, Caretaker's Town. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That sounds like a really cool deck. Opponent's missing land drops. Not where you want to be. Not worth losing to an Elspeth Smite. We lose so much tempo if we attack with this, and that one extra point's probably not going to make the difference. Cavern on Goblin, play a Krenko. And this is how you punish your opponent for stumbling. You tap Krenko, go to combat, swing for Kabillion. Omniscience, so they're the blue-white Omniscience deck. Take out these, trim these. Honestly, Firebrand kind of sucks. Keep a Krenko. Keep the Krenkos. Trim them like trim on the bottom half. Watch out. Yeah, sometimes I feel like my opponent is playing like a really cool combat deck, but it suffers from the I lose to leyline problem. So I'll play this and I'll beat them to death with these goblins. I know they have Get Lost and stuff in their deck, but I'm not scared. Counter this. They're digging. Stock up. Okay, they hit their third land. I believe in you, opponent. They had to think about whether or not they wanted me to be right. I respect it. Let's play the, oh my god. Howl Squad is better for the following turn. It makes our Lord hasted as well. Squeeze better for right after a board wipe. So let's let's save that. Day of Judgment's good. Yeah, so now we get to go Astronaut, Squee. Yeah, it literally is dig. It's kind of insane. It breaks my brain to play against it because it feels just like dig. Played against it in Legacy. Somebody turn 2'd it. What was crazy is both games my opponent in Legacy played dig through time or like stock up. Both turns they played it were the turns that I killed them. Like the following turn. Because Goblins in Legacy is so dumb. Okay. Same principle. Squeeze really good after our board wipe. Krenko's really good after our board wipe. We're just going to be aggressive. Pass it over. Board wipe like Sunfall. Lockdowns, fine. Don't think that does it. Like, I'm totally cool. So 1-3. Opponent, I'm not sure. I need a hasty 1-drop. Come on. I want to show them the power. Hasty 1-drop. Okay, it doesn't have haste, but that's kind of fine. Let's go to combat. We can jump for 5, but I don't think that's worth it. Swing out. Elspeth Smite it if you will. No Elspeth Smite. Okay, beautiful. We'll play. No. We won't play into the Wrath. Okay, it's not a Wrath. They have it now. They have the Wrath now. Weird. Good game. Well played. You just have to assume that your opponent's got it. And then when they don't got it, you got to be very confused and be like, wait, what do you mean you didn't have the perfect card? Because then when they have the perfect card, you're just like, yes, according to plan, I lose. Chalk it up. Sometimes I feel like I'll never come down. Oh my god. Run it back. Deep breath. Reset. Drink some water. Play first. Oh no. It's better. Double Sear Slicer is pretty hot. I think we bottom a mountain. Maybe the Mirrors. Might want to double it. Like worst case scenario, we draw a third land, which means we can double spell on 3. Sure. Okay. We will do this. Do this. You can do that. I'm going to do this. Maybe. This looks interesting. Is this the mirror? Dun dun dun. In that case, we're just gonna go combat and swing. Play another Sear Slicer. Pass it over. Exponential growth. Or it's not truly exponential. It's net 2 every time. Cranko is exponential. Whenever a creature controlled dies, each opponent loses life and you gain a life. I drew my land. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, Defaced Gallery, slam. Cacophony Scamp, slam. Squeeze being held for after the board wipe. Swinging in for 6. Show me the power. You trade with 2? Well, guess what? I make 2 back. Goblins is the best. The best around, and nobody gonna keep me down. Pyroclasm. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you, opponent. Funeral Room. Okay. Oh my god. Another Lord. So this is very dead. GG's. Okay. What are they doing? I guess we just run it back. Sometimes you don't know what your opponent's doing, but you know what you're doing, and that's all you need. You just know that you're going to put the pedal to the metal and get to max speed and, throw those goblins at your opponent, and they're either going to catch them and chuck them back at your face, or they're going to fall over. And you never know. You never know. Opponent is ink. Respect to the ink. I wish I had tattoos. I'm constantly broke. Triple Sear Slicer seems really good. They'll lose to a Pyroclasm, though. They definitely have that. Lead it off with a Scamp. Because if they board wipe and we have 3 lands, we can go Firebrand, Sear Slicer, make a token. Double Freebooter. They're ramping. So we'll attack. They don't want it to happen. Yeah, let's say I don't want it to happen either. Make a deed. I mean, no. You said you don't You said you wanted these things to be alive, so I'm not going to let you. Okay, now we get a land. Fingers crossed. I will also take no land, but I would prefer land. No. We will play the 1-drop and the other 1-drop and then attack for 1. Next turn we can play a Seer Slicer if we don't draw land. Because I want to say maybe. That's a land. You're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my one to one. Okay, exile it. Get it out of here. I didn't care about it anyway. Attacking for 2. Cause smacka. The good thing is that we're getting these cards out of my opponent's hand. Okay, we can beat a Blood Artist 1,000 times over. Do we just flip 2 cards here? I think we're far enough ahead. We want our 4th land so we can start double spelling. Play this. Go to combat. Attack. 1 attack. Before blocks. This thing should just be dead. We should not have to worry about it. It's easier if it's just dead. I know things happen. That's all fine. I just want it dead. Engines go to 3. I would not like to sack this and pass. The Vengeful Blood Witch. So we can go. I mean, if we don't play the squee, we lose it. And my opponent doesn't have a lot going on. So I think if we go double Lord next turn, they kind of just lose. So let's play to that. Yeah. No creatures for you. I feel like if I leave my opponent with too many things, they could just spontaneously kill me. I know how this deck works. Raise the past. See, we can't let them have these things stack. It's too good. Now we can go this Lord. If we go Brothers at End, I think everything dies anyways. So let's not play the other Lord. Unlock this. Swing in 4. That's a lot. Triggers. And this is the cool thing about the deck. You can kind of just like lean really heavily on your opponent. Like Brothers at End here. Okay. Good game, opponent. Well played. Yeah. And if your opponent doesn't have like something super efficient or a lot of removal, right? The deck is like super good at like running you over. Let's do a couple more. I'd probably do 2 or 3 more matches. Then we'll switch over to Brawl. Brawl Goblins. Really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Part of the Goblin Horde. I'm sorry if you hate the sound of that. trying to figure out what to call a community. And you know, goblins horde together. We chill in large groups, talk about magic and life and stuff. We're all goblins, just we're different. You know, we just live in different places. I was gonna say wear different clothes, but it doesn't make sense. Torch is good. Gruul is probably a really bad matchup for us. I think we're good against most of the mice variants except for Gruul. But this does not look like Gruul. What's the most aggressive thing I can do? Is play the Seer Slicer. Next turn I can play Scamp plus Deface Gallery. Or I can go Scamp plus Seer Slicer, then play Deface Gallery. They're just playing Ramp. I'm very dead. If they just ramp into something big like Vaultborn Tyrant, I could be very dead. In that case, do we want to push damage early? This is an attack for 2 versus an attack for 3. Whereas if I can get more bodies in the field, like get the Bastronaut down, play the other Seer Slicer, attack in, make 2 more bodies next turn. The Scamp can't attack, but I can go Deface Gallery. I mean, they have 6 mana. Oh, they're Terror of the Peaks deck. Okay, so now we go Deface Gallery plus Scamp. I guess we should have pumped, but that's fine. Swinging for 3, they eat 1, we make 2. Got him at 12. 3, make 2 extra bodies. Combo kill me with Calamity. Go. I love it. I love it. That's 20 right there. It's literally 20. Golf clap. So you make 2 terrors which enter and dome me for 20. Yeah. Well, see, I can block the 4/6, but I feel real dead. GG's. Well played, opponent. Yeah, Calamity Terror. That was a combo when it came out. It came out in the same set, I believe. Terror of the Peaks. Or no, I thought it was reprinted in Thunder Junction, but I remember looking at Calamity, looking at Terror of the Peaks, being like, that's a 2-card combo. And we did just get got. We don't really care. Like, they should be dead. If we can't kill them by the time they do that, that's our fault. And we just didn't. Maybe. Let me think about the sequencing. So it's 1 more point there, but it's 1 less body. But then on the next turn, so that's 3 total creatures that can attack the following turn. They attack for 7. Okay. That's actually better. Playing the Deface Gallery first instead of the 1/1s first actually deals more damage faster. Well, I mean, it deals more damage by the point that we got to. If I would have played the Seer Slicer a turn later. So, knowing that they're going to combo kill me, do we have to combo kill them? I mean, this hand is fast. It just doesn't have a 1-drop. I feel like they're gonna have Pyroclasm, so we're gonna have to keep a resilient hand. Hope that they don't triple ramp again. Play the Bastronaut. Next turn we can play the Dropkick. If we draw a 4th land, we can go double 2-drop. And this also plays around Pyroclasm, leaving us the squeeze, something to rebuild with. And the crazy thing about Terror of the Peaks is you can just play it fairly. Plot? Oh, okay. I was like, what are you plotting? So play a Mirix. We have 4 mana. I think we just do the thing. Crash in for a bunch of it. Shrug. kind of just go, I don't know. Yeah. So we get a bunch of death triggers. Okay, Lord, we got the Lord back. So we can go land, Lord, Scamp. Pass it over. Terror. They're going to win next turn then. Interesting sequence. Oh, they wanted to kill something. Sure, that makes sense. So you shoot my Scamp and not my Lord. I'll use that to kill your Trailblazer. Could have put them to 8, but I feel like letting them draw cards is a mistake and an easy way for them to win this game. If I play the Squee's attacking for 4. Makes a 3-3. Drop kicks a 3-3. They take 6, they block the Squee. If they don't block the Squee, they take 7 and they eat a Lord. So close. If this is the land, then we can do this, but I think we just have to slam this. Get them to as low as we can. Yeah, so they're at 3. Lord dies max speed. Land Calamity. Another Terror of the Peaks is also really good. I have enough so I can just recast Squee. Land Strum. Just replay it. Go to combat attack. Take 2, go to 1. Okay. Play this hasty dude. Play this hasty dude. Also, that dude also makes a hasty dude. If this resolves, you just die. Woohoo! We did it. Okay. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and we're going to run it back. All of that was muted. Thank you so much for your patience. What I was saying was, all I want to do is just tap Cranko and kill them. And that may seem like a win more thing to want to do, but Goblins struggles to win sometimes. So to win, sometimes you got to win more. Mandarin oranges. Play the Lord. Schmacken. Unleash the Schmacken. The Kraken, but it's smacking. I know it's a bad joke. I'm sorry. No ramp, missing land drops. Opponent just concedes to the squeeze. GG.